pencil factory to draw her little pig. A wicked man was waiting there, he planned a brutal crime, and that being a holiday afforded him the time. He lured her to the metro room so none would hear her scream, and there he overpowered her and carried out his scheme.
The Frank Case. Inside story of Georgia's greatest murder mystery. Complete history of the sensational crime and trial. Portraits of principals. Price 25 cents. Published by the Atlanta Publishing Company, Atlanta, Georgia. Table of Contents. Preface. Chronology. Chapter 1, Crime Discovered. Chapter 2, Police Reach Scene. Chapter 3, Frank Views Body. Chapter 4, Mother Hears of Murder. Chapter 5, Crime Stirs Atlanta. Chapter 6, Leo Frank is arrested. Chapter 7, The Inquest starts. Chapter 8, Frank's Story. Chapter 9, Dictograph Incident. Chapter 10, Conley enters case. Chapter 11, Conley in school. Chapter 12, Racial Prejudice Charge. Chapter 13, Plants charged to Frank. Chapter 14, South's Greatest Legal Battle. Chapter 15, The State's Chain. Chapter 16, Perversion Charged. Chapter 17, Salacious Stories Admitted. Chapter 18, Frank's Alibi. Chapter 19, Attorneys Threatened. Chapter 20, Frank's Own Story. Chapter 21, Lawyers Laud and Denounce Frank. Chapter 22, Fear of Lynching Precedes Verdict. Preface. The sensational case of Leo M. Frank is indisputably Atlanta's and the South's greatest murder mystery of modern years. The story of how little Mary Phagan was foully murdered as she went to get her pay at the National Pencil Factory, revolting and horrible as it is in its details, naturally interests every working man and every working woman. The mystery of the crime compels the interest of everyone who hears about it. The Mary Phagan murder mystery, however, lost its identity when Leo M. Frank, superintendent of the big factory where the humble little employee met her death, was arrested, and it became the Frank case. In no other murder case in the South has there been such intense interest. It has become more than the ordinary murder mystery, more than the story of a man of position charged with slaying in lustful passion a little factory girl. The reason of the unusual importance of the case is that it is charged that Frank is being persecuted because he is a Jew. The story of the fearful crime, of the principal developments of the 4 months that followed it, and finally the story of the great trial, where for a solid month the two greatest criminal lawyers in the South battled against the keen wits of Atlanta's Solicitor General to save Frank, has been told by press reports. Many of the interesting features about the Frank case, however, have never been printed because the newspapers dared not embody them in their accounts. This work ends with the conviction of Frank in the Superior Court of Fulton, Atlanta County. Trial did not end the case, for immediately after the young defendant was sentenced to pay the death penalty, a motion for a new trial was made, and it will be months, probably years, before he hangs, if he ever does. From the day of his conviction, however, the fight for Frank's life became a technical, legal battle. The real story ends with the trial, and every essential feature is given here. The author. Chronology of the crime. April 27th. The dead body of Mary Phagan is found in basement of National Pencil Factory at 3 a.m. by Newt Lee, Negro night watchman. Police hold Lee. April 27th. Leo M. Frank, superintendent of the pencil factory, called from bed to view Mary Phagan's body. April 27th. Arthur Mullinax arrested. April 28th. Blood splotches found in metal room on second floor lead police to believe the girl was killed there. April 28th. Coroner Donahue empanels jury for inquest. It meets, views body and scene of crime, and adjourns. April 28th. J. M. Gant, former bookkeeper of the factory, arrested at Marietta. April 28th. Pinkertons hired by pencil factory to find slayer. April 29th. Frank taken from factory to police station. Chief Lanford announces he will be held until after the inquest. April 29th. Experts declare Newt Lee wrote notes found by the dead girl's side. April 29th. Luther Z. Rosser announces he has been retained by Frank and is present when his client is questioned in Chief Lansford's office. April 29th. Discovery of what is apparently a blood stain near elevator leads police to believe girl's body was dragged to the conveyance shaft and dropped to the basement. April 30th. Frank and Lee closeted together in office of Chief of Detectives Lanford for an hour. April 30th. Coroner's jury reconvenes. Lee tells his story. May 1st. James Conley, Negro sweeper, arrested while washing shirt in factory. Considered unimportant at time. May 1st. Satisfied with alibis, police liberate Gant and Mullinax. May 1st. Frank and Lee taken to county jail to be held until outcome of coroner's jury probe. May 2nd. Solicitor General Dorsey enters actively into the case. May 5th. Frank tells of his actions on the day of the crime. On the stand for 3½ hours, he tells a straightforward story. May 6th. Paul Bowen, arrested in Houston, Texas. May 7th. Bowen released upon proving alibi. May 8th. Frank and Lee ordered held for grand jury by coroner's jury. May 12th. Mrs. Frank visits her husband for first time since his incarceration. May 17th. Colonel Thomas B. Felder announces that Burns' detective is at work on the mystery. May 21st. P. A. Flack, New York fingerprint expert, makes investigation.
Result unknown. May 24th. Conley unexpectedly makes startling confession in which he says he wrote notes found near body at instigation of Frank. May 24th. Frank indicted by grand jury for murder. Lee held as material witness. May 26th. Burns officials announce their investigation terminated. May 27th. Conley makes another sensational affidavit in which he says he helped Frank carry Mary Phagan's body to basement. May 30th. Conley taken to pencil factory and reenacts in pantomime carrying of body to basement. Taken to tower. June 3rd. Manola McKnight makes sensational affidavit in which she says she overheard Mrs. Frank tell of strange conduct on Frank's part on the night of the murder. June 7th. Mrs. Frank scores Solicitor Dorsey, declaring that the room in which Manola McKnight made her incriminating affidavit was a torture chamber. June 8th. Attorney Rosser accuses Chief Lanford of insincerity in search for slayer. June 23rd. Solicitor Dorsey sets trial for June 30th. June 24th. Date of trial changed to July 28th at conference between Superior Court Judge Roan and defense and prosecution attorneys. July 9th. Public is told of a portion of Mary Phagan's pay envelope being found at bottom of flight of stairs leading from office by Pinkerton detectives soon after the murder. July 18th. Call issued for grand jury to meet and consider indictment of Conley as principal. July 21st. Grand jury, after hearing statement of Solicitor Dorsey, agrees to suspend action in Conley matter. July 22nd. The discovery of a bloody stick near where Conley sat on day of murder is announced. July 28th. Trial of Frank commences. August 25th. Case goes to jury and verdict of guilty is returned. August 26th.
Frank sentenced to death on October 10th, and attorneys move for new trial.